Hello, hello. Good morning, yogis, and welcome to our Saturday fusion class for our May our month of May. So with our fusion practice, we draw in all 5 different styles of yoga that we do at Yogi Institute throughout the week so that we can really compare and contrast the difference between these different styles. So when you're actually in your class, when you're in your practice throughout the week, you're reminded, oh yeah, this is different, or this is the purpose. And so part of the purpose is to educate you on these 5 different styles throughout this class. And then part of it is to do the physical practice in our body as well. So for today's class, I recommend that you have your hand weights handy for the strength portion of today's practice, but we're going to start with our yin practice. So let's go ahead and let's start in a wide leg forward fold. So bringing your legs out wide as feels comfortable in your body. And then ground down into your sitting bones and let's just hinge forward, planting your hands out in front of you. You can see that hinge for me is not a big hinge. I am not coming all the way into the deepest expression of this pose. I just want to come to a place where I can feel some sensation through the hip flexors and then be able to be there and breathe there. That's kind of what your edge is, and that's what we want to find in our yin practice. The edge is where we start to feel sensation. Now, the fullest expression, I could come all the way down to the floor and I would really feel a lot of sensation. But especially with this first opening posture, I'm just going to come to a place where I can feel it in my body and I'm good. I'm good with what I feel. I can breathe here. I can be still. Now, maybe you're asking yourself, why did she choose to start with yin? So yin is meant to be done when our muscles are cold, because we are targeting our connective tissues, which are our ligaments, our tendons, and our fascia. Those tissues need the body to be cold, because when the muscles are warmed up, then they take all of the stretch, and the intention of a yin practice is to create healthy stress in the connective tissues. Now, if we're only focused on the stretch of warm muscles, there is next to no stress in the connective tissues. So that's why we want to do our yin practice when our body is cold. And I don't mean cold like 50 degrees. I just mean not warmed up. So we haven't stretched yet. We haven't come into postures. We haven't woken up the muscles. So that's why we start with our yin style postures in our fusion class, because it's the most beneficial to the body. Why not get the most out of what we are doing here? Why not get the most out of what we are doing here? Let's bring our upper body through center, twist it over toward the right leg, and then let's shift forward. Apparently, there's something outside that the dogs want to let me know that it's out there. Nellie! And once again, I could come deeper into this, but you just want to find sensation. So quite often how I find my edge is I come to a place where I feel deep sensation and I back my way out. Bernie Clark, who's an amazing yin teacher who wrote the complete guide to yin yoga, which I use in my Yin 25 training program, he says in that book that we're looking for the Goldilocks, or we're working with the Goldilocks principle. So not too much, not too little, just right. And so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that middle space. So it's not that we're here and we don't feel anything. And it's not that we're here and we feel everything. We're somewhere in the middle where we're feeling something. And you might notice in your yin practice that there comes a point where the body kind of, it's almost like it lets go and releases a little bit more into the pose. It's said that that's usually at about 90 seconds where the body finds this space, finds this release, and we're naturally with ease able to come a little bit deeper into the pose. Let's walk our hands over to the opposite side and come to that edge, come to that place of feeling sensation, but not coming too deep into it. That Goldilocks principle, not too much, not too little, just right. Now, what is just right for me and what is just right for you is going to be different. So your body is going to look different than my body. That is human variation. And yin offers us the opportunity to really embrace human variation, because it isn't about perfect alignment or the perfect pose. It's about feeling into your unique body. That's one thing that I love about yin yoga. Apparently, all the dogs want to come and say good morning today. We just haven't had a visit from one yet. And let's bring our body through center. Bring your knees together, take a moment, pedal out your legs as we shift into the Kundalini portion of our practice. So coming onto all fours, and we're going to do Kundalini style cat-cows. Now, the biggest difference with Kundalini style cat-cows is it is a rapid movement, linking breath to movement. So inhale, lift, exhale, round. Inhale, lift, exhale, round. And come back to neutral. Woo, let's take a moment and just let ourselves hang out here. Maybe close down the eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And let's come into an easy seat, cross-legged, ground down into your sitting bones, get nice and tall. And inhale as you bring the chest forward. Exhale as you round the spine back. Inhale as you bring the chest forward. Exhale as you round the spine back. So in Kundalini, this is called Sufi grind or Siri Om. And it is so good in our current culture because of how much time we spend seated. This helps us to really move the spine around the pelvic bowl. And it helps us to get the stagnant energy that is in the pelvis. It helps to get that stagnant energy moving. Go lay down, Smooch. Go lay down. Let's change direction. So Kundalini yoga actually focuses a lot on the spine and spinal mobility. And so even with our cat-cows, as we are moving quickly through cat-cows, linking breath to movement, that is really getting our cerebral spinal fluid moving, which is the fluid that helps as a shock or acts as a shock absorber through the spine and the brain, through our whole central nervous system. And this too, we're really moving the spine in many different directions because spinal health is overall health, right? Your well-being, your spinal health is connected to your overall well-being because it's connected to the peripheral nervous system that takes in all of the information and sends out all of the information throughout the body. And let's come through center. Inhale, get nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, lengthen from the tailbone through the crown of the head, thanking the spine and the spinal cord and everything that it does. And then let's shift forward, coming into a tabletop position. Flip your toes, press your hips up and back, shifting into our Vinyasa portion of practice. So you're in your downward facing dog. Your feet are hip width distance apart, hands are a little bit wider at shoulder width distance. So press the palms of the palm into the mat. Go to one knee and bend into the other as we shift side to side. So Vinyasa means breath to movement. And so it's a very flowing practice. And it's great for mobility and it's great for building strength. So the biggest thing in Vinyasa is we do this chaturanga, which is also called a Vinyasa or a flow. So shift forward into a high plank, stacking shoulders over wrists, press through your palms. Inhale, shift your weight forward on your toes. Exhale as you lower to a hover or all the way down, squeezing the elbows into the side body, unflip the toes, press through the palms, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So this is this Vinyasa, this is this chaturanga, and we're meant to do it breath to movement and really flow through it seamlessly. So let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Emphasis on the breath. 1 more time. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, step forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, extended mountain, palms touch. Exhale, all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back. Let's take it through that chaturanga. Breath to movement. Inhale your right leg high. Bend your knees, stack your hips, opening up your body to the right. Press into that left heel, point the right knee to the ceiling. Look between your hands, take that right foot all the way into a warrior 1. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. We have heel to heel alignment. Bend into your front knee, square your hips and shoulders forward. Reach through your fingertips. Press into the outside edge of the back foot. Let's inhale, lengthen. Okay, open up to your warrior 2, paralleling your back foot to the back side of your mat, heel to arch alignment with your feet. Your knees stacked over your ankles, shoulders are over your hips, chest is open, arms are strong, gaze is forward. Flip your front palm, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Take your back hand, wrap it around the small of your back, press your hip away, lift your gaze. Come back to your warrior 2, inhale. Exhale your hands down, step your foot back and chaturanga. Inhale your left leg high, bend your knees, stack your hips, opening up your body to the left. Sinking into your right heel, pointing your left knee to the ceiling. Look between your hands, swing that foot all the way through into your warrior 1. Pop your back heel down at a 45-degree angle, heel to arch alignment, knee over the ankle. Hips and shoulders are squared forward. Reach through your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open up to your warrior 2, paralleling your back foot to the back side of your mat, heel to arch alignment. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse, lengthen through your side body, lift your gaze. Back to your warrior 2, inhale. Exhale, your hands down and chaturanga. Let's flow through that 1 more time, breath to movement. Inhale, right leg high, step it through, warrior 1. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, open up warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse. Back to your warrior two. Inhale. Exhale your hands down and chaturanga. Inhale your left leg high. Step it through. Warrior one. Inhale, rise and reach. Exhale, open up warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse. Warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale your hands down and chaturanga. Look forward, step forward, bringing your heels out, and let's sink into a squat. Let's sink low and bring our weights with us. Sink low, grab your weights. So we're in our goddess pose. I'll turn and face you. How about? We're in our goddess pose. We have our weights. Sink low. Let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, lift and squeeze. Arms come up, sink down. Lift up, lift and squeeze, sink down. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And heel toe your feet together. Hanging on to your weights. Sink your hips back into your chair pose. Reach your hands forward with your weights. Hands come down. Press up. Squeeze those legs together. Come down. Press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come into a forward fold. Let the weights hang down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lift the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down onto your bottom. Let's come into our boat pose. On your sitting bones, weights through center, shins are parallel to the ceiling. And let's drop our elbows from side to side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms spin on your sitting bones. Press your belly button forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows come wide. See if you can keep your legs there. And forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze everything in. Drop the feet down. Let's come down onto our back. Keeping the knees bent. Weights come onto the hips. Head comes down. And let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your hips come down. Weights come off to the side. Bring your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Shifting into our restorative practice. So for today's practice, for our restorative practice today, let's just take a moment here, letting our bodies sink into the floor. Now, usually with our restorative class, we would use props, all kinds of props. We would use bolsters. We would use blankets. We would use blocks. Today, we are not going to use props because I didn't cue you to grab your props. So let's come down onto our stomach, bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders, and let's bring our right leg out. So we actually did this in our yin practice this week, but we're going to take it a step further. So this isn't truly a restorative pose because we're not using the props, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it for today. So let's take our right hand and let's reach underneath our left as we bring our right ear down and let your left elbow just kind of come wide. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Bring that arm through center. Place both elbows on the floor. Let's extend the right leg out long. Take a moment and shift the hips from side to side. And then we'll switch. Left leg comes out, yes, 90-degree angle. And then take the left hand, bring it underneath, bring the left ear down. You can just have a gentle bend in that right arm. And let's breathe into this twist. Being really mindful and intentional with our breath and releasing within the body wherever we can. See if you can let go, let go, let go. Let's extend the left leg out, bring that left hand back underneath. Let's come back into our Sphinx pose for a moment. Shifting the hips from side to side. Put your hands back toward your body as you press your hips back and just come into a quick child's pose. So the hips back, reaching the fingers forward, creating extension through the face down Shavasana. So I encourage you to stack your hands on top of one another. Let your forehead rest on your hands so that your nose is floating off the mat. And let's connect to our breath and do whatever little movements that we need to do in our body to allow our body to really sink into the floor. Let's give ourselves another minute in this final resting pose, allowing our body to absorb our practice. Before we start to move our bodies, let's take a moment to thank our bodies. Thanking our bodies for everything that they do for us. Thanking our toes and our feet for helping us to balance and move forward. Thanking our ankles and our calves and our shins and our knees and our quads and our hamstrings and our glutes and our hips. Everything for helping us be mobile in this life. Thanking our torso and all of the internal organs that are so vital for our existence and our survival. Thanking our ribs and our lungs and our heart, our vital organs, for allowing us to live this life. Thanking our shoulders, our back, our chest, our neck, for structure, for support, being really grateful for the function of our bodies, knowing that this is what a student reminded me of recently, regardless of how everything looks or the judgments that we have toward our bodies, when we focus on the function of the body parts, it's so much easier to love and appreciate that part of the body. So let's take a deep inhale, sending that gratitude and appreciation throughout the body. And exhale, release, let it go. Let's do one more big breath in, feel the body expand. And exhale, let it go. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself up, meeting me in an easy seat. Bring your palms to touch. Take a moment to honor yourself and honor anything you learned throughout today's practice. Any aha moments, physically, mentally, emotionally. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing in this space and allowing me to share this practice with you. It is always my honor. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages. The light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. I hope to see you again on your mats very, very soon. And until then, may your light be your guide.